We've been hearing now for about an hour on and off the negotiator asking that man to come out of the home, both in English and Spanish. Of course, they're hoping that he surrenders peacefully. But first at noon, this just and new developments about District 10 Councilman Mark White following his DWI arrest. Mayor Ron Nirenberg says effective today, White has been suspended from council committee assignments. It's the eve of Fiesta and thousands are expected to make their way downtown over the next couple weeks. But they'll be met with this construction. This week's forgotten friend is truly a star. She is a gorgeous 3-year-old Staffordshire Terrier and Shepherd mix named Constellation. Take a look right here. This was a fence, and we just got off the phone a moment ago with the owner of this airport. They tell me that that pilot has 30 years of flying experience, that his brakes weren't working, and that's why his small plane ended up crashing through this fence. Well, Henry ECA's police really can't say much about that tip, but that retired FBI agent says that's normal as they work to see if this tip is credible. But even at this hour right now, there are police here at this wooded area. We begin with breaking news at noon. A man and a woman attacked by a dog on the south side while trying to protect their own pet. Still a very active scene out here, Phil, and it all involves a stolen vehicle. Over my left shoulder really is where that vehicle is. Our other top story this morning, a man and woman shot during a suspected targeted attack while asleep in their west side home. Yes, this garage behind me right there is completely burned. That is where investigators say this fire started. Chief McManus is on the scene. We are still waiting to hear from him. We were actually originally told we'd be hearing from him around 5. It is now, of course, 6, which tells you this is a developing fluid situation. Sun goes down. People are starting to light candles, and there's a growing memorial behind me. And this photo that you see is Savannah Soto and her unborn baby, Fabian, for neighbors. Yes, Hannah, really emotional. They're all heartbroken after what happened. And actually, multiple neighbors ran to help those victims moments after that gunshot. Those gunshots rang out. That includes a nurse's assistant and a woman I spoke to. She's a mother herself. She wants to remain anonymous out of safety concerns, but says what she saw was horrific.
I just don't understand. Doesn't make any sense to me. Those babies didn't do anything.
Standing on the back porch with her family, this neighbor says she saw the moment a car drove up quickly Wednesday night off Windsor Hollow Drive. She says she had a bad feeling and got her family inside quickly. That's when she heard about 20 gunshots.
So I just ran to help, and that because it could have been my kids, it could have been anybody. I just ran. I didn't even think. I just went.
She, along with 2 other neighbors, including a nurse's assistant, started helping the family right away.
The girl from next door had already had the little 4-year-old girl. You go into the kitchen, and there was blood all over the floor, there was blood everywhere.
She says they started applying pressure to the wounds.
I got napkins from their kitchen counter, was putting pressure on their wounds for the little boy. I got napkins for the mom. I elevated her legs because she told me she couldn't feel her leg.
It's a sight she can't get out of her mind. And now a memorial sits outside the family's home. For the man who lives right next door, he's thankful his kids weren't home Wednesday night. He wonders what would have happened if they were.
It just makes me feel sick. And who hurts a 4-year-old? What could they have possibly done to warrant someone hurting them? Nothing.
This community hoping the family gets justice.
And everybody that's involved deserves everything they get to them. I don't care who it is.
And at last check, the mother, father, and those 2 children are in stable condition, recovering at the hospital tonight. Reporting live from the newsroom, Reyna, KENS 5.
It is not the scene one Northside woman imagined she'd come across. Look at this, 3 little pigs hanging out in her front yard. Problem is, she doesn't know where they came from. Here's KENS 5's Reyna.
In the bacon, Jessica Monsiváis thought there was a dog hanging out underneath her vehicle.
I look under the car and I see just fur. And to me, it looks like a gray dog.
It seemed like a pigment of her imagination.
Oh my gosh, that's a pig. And then I noticed it had 2 more.
3 little, or not so little, piggies. They were even caught on the home security camera, on the move.
And then we got them to the backyard, and here they are.
To keep them comfortable, Monsiváis and her family let them pig out.
You know, we looked up what you could feed pigs, and so we fed them some tortillas and they were eating that.
And they made sure to check with neighbors nearby and posted on Nextdoor to try and find the owners. But so far, they've had no luck.
So we want to keep them. But, you know, we know that they did probably come from someone's home, and, you know, we just want to get them back to where they belong.
In the end, Monsiváis is hoping these 3 little piggies can cry wee, wee, wee all the way back home.
We want them to remain pets. Hopefully nothing bad has to happen. You know, we just want to get them back to be a pet pig.
And the family did call a local wildlife rescue, and they said they would help them out if they can't find the owners, but they're really hoping that tonight a family realizes they're missing 3 really important parts of their family. Reporting live, Reyna, KENS 5.